Hello, it is Monday. Once again, Monday, and we're going live because I'll, next week is Christmas. Holy cow. So, I'm not sure if I'll do a Monday next week or not. And then I definitely won't be able to do one on the 30th because I have like a foot thing going on. So, all right, let's see. Kevin's here, Mark's here, Fedora John, Enrique, David's here, Floridian's here, my buddy Greg is here, Todd's here. Gecko Dragon, Stuart's here, Billy's here, Tennessee Mike, Paul, Larry C, Tim's checking in from KC, Dane, #1 troll killer on the job. Good to see you back. Nate Dog, hello guys. Rob, where's the stocking cap you were going to wear? Oh, I don't even know if I have one anymore. I used to have one. Anyway, Jeff is here, YZ80, Space Alien. Do you know anything about those drones? Are those from you guys? All right. Oh, I can share. I have a few watches on the table. I can share those if you guys want to see those. Let's see. Yeah, Space Alien. James Duffy checking in from the Bay Area. Nolan checking in from New Hampshire. Have a few pretty cool watches out on the table. Some unique selections and some pretty affordable to slightly expensive watches. Oh, Tennessee Mike says I could be wearing the Watches of Espionage beanie. I don't even know what I did with that, honestly. I think it's upstairs somewhere. Want to see that sweet vintage Casio? Oh, is it vintage? What makes a watch vintage, technically? Like, I don't know what year the DEP 700 came out, to be honest with you. So, yeah, pretty cool watch. DEP 700 is what the let's go here and let's search up. There's some predecessors to the DEP 700. I didn't care for them as much. I was having a hard time picking the strap. Todd, I think you're right. It's the green of the Watches of Espionage FKM rubber strap matches it perfect. So I'm very happy with that. You can get these pretty affordable. I definitely paid more than $200 for mine because they'll come in varying conditions. They've been out a while. I don't know what year these technically came out. I don't know if there's Just Another Watch did a video on it. I don't know if he shows. There's no details there. I didn't do any research on it to find out. I was on a rabbit hole search one night and just kind of stumbled across it, fumbling around on eBay, and instantly was just like, yeah, I want that. I'm taking that. There are a ton of different vintage Casio watches to look at. Don't get hung up on just the DEP 700 because like you might like it or whatever, but I'm telling you, go search up new old stock Casio or Casio vintage or whatever, and you will discover they have a deep library of vintage watches. So again, I don't know what year this came out with. Maybe it's under Ian's here. See, there's more people joining in. Mark, I'm getting a vintage Invicta, going to be classic. I don't know if I believe you, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't know if now's the time to probably research it, but anyway, yeah. DEP 700, and I've been wearing this. It's only been a day or whatever, but the Watches of Espionage FKM. I'm warming up to it, but I will say I love the color and I love the attention to detail on the Watches of Espionage. It's definitely a nice strap, but I'm still on board with the strap habit. I don't think strap habit makes this exact color though, and this color just works perfect for this watch. So, I mean, I'm sure I could talk to Nick and we could probably come up with a color very close to this that would work. This is also a little bit thinner and a little more pliable. Maybe this would be like I just the buckle and tang. I'll do a full video on it. Okay, so Todd says some of the posts about the DEP 700 are from 2010, so at least that old, I would guess. Yeah, I think it is because I think prior or roughly just before that, you were into like some DEP 600 range watches. So this was, I think the 700 was towards the tail end of this particular style or design. And then I don't know what it evolved in from there. See, Dana saying, I've been eyeballing that Citizen JV 1005 land series you reviewed recently. Kind of like, I'm going to have to look that one up, Dane, because I forget. Citizen JV 1005 -02W. Oh, yeah, that one. That's a killer watch. Isn't that one? Let me share screen. Isn't that one? I'm trying to remember because I only handled it for a little bit. Yeah, there's definitely more opportunity here with this particular model. I would like to see the size is fine. I don't have a problem with the size. But isn't it? It's stainless steel, correct? Yeah, I would like to see a titanium variant. When you go to these larger watches like this, as soon as you switch over to titanium, they just wear so much better. Here you go, Dane. Michael saying, I plan to own my very first Zelo sometime in 2025. I actually have one. See if I can dig it out without knocking over too many things. They sent it to me with a bracelet and everything, but I don't know that I'll like the bracelet too much. So we have this guy. This is a new Aurora. Technically, I don't think I'm supposed to show this yet. I think Al Shin said like a couple weeks, but it's a smaller. I don't know what your wrist size is, Michael, but it's a little bit smaller Aurora. I think they're still doing the 42 mil as well, in a bronze, and there's a bronze bracelet available for it too. So, yeah, there's going to be some really good releases coming from them soon. So, I have that one on order from Windup if they ever decide I'm worthy of shipping it to me. Yeah, I don't know what's taking them so long. Let's see. Trying to read some comments. Dane says Zelos has a couple of releases coming that I have to get, the GT and the Helios. Paul checking in from Texas. Merry Christmas and happy holidays, everyone. Thank you very much. Let's see. James Duffy says 2020. Oh, well, I clicked the wrong one. My 2025 plans include a weird Omega. They do have some pretty cool ones. A weird Zen and a plain Seiko Turtle. Those are all fantastic options. I want to like bronze, but they all turn my wrist green. Yeah, that can be a problem for some people, for sure. Dane says 2025, I will be getting that Omega Speedmaster Moon tomorrow's. It's my last non-Zelos Grail. And Dane, I'm talking to Exquisite Timepieces. You'll be happy to hear this. I'm talking to Exquisite Timepieces about potentially putting something together. maybe as soon as February. I don't know if that's realistic or not. I would like to book a flight here soon to go down to Florida sometime this winter, and just February tends to work best for me. So even if even if I can't work out something with them, I still might just do that trip anyway, just as a little break, a little getaway. Even though I am going to Mimo's in January, which I still need to reach out to Jeff McMahon and a few other people out in California, make sure they're all going to be there, or if they can. Floridian says just picked up a 1914 vintage Omega pocket watch, a lot cheaper than Omega wristwatches. Excuse me. Yes, I need to screenshot that. Dane said, if you come down, dinner's on me. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Oh, man. Oh, in the title, actually, of this live stream, I wrote countdown to 90,000. Crazy to think this channel would have gotten to where it's at. I'm like 72,000, or not 72,000. I'm 72 subscribers away from hitting 90,000 subscribers. So as soon as 72 more people go like, you know what, I'll sub this guy. I don't know. We'll see what he's got to offer. So as soon as that happens, I'm going to hit that 90,000 mark, and then I'm doing a pretty good giveaway. So, and it's going to be, I'll do it. I'll figure out a way to do it that seems like it's fairly, balanced or something. I don't know what the best way to do. I hate doing giveaways because it's such a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. So, see, David saying, loaded question: how have micro brands impacted the big mainstream brands? I think it's more of a rising tide raises all ships, or however that saying goes. I don't know that they're really pushing. I don't think micro brands are really pushing big brands to innovate or alter pricing or marketing or anything like that. They're getting a piece of the pie, of course, but it would be no different than, say, like with all these local, like, literally every one of us live in a different part of the United States and outside of the United States, but definitely in the United States, I know this happens. Thank you, Dane. Rising tide lifts all boats. So in your area, there's probably a local brewery, right? And they make IPAs, and which I'm over those, but their market and their share of sales and everything don't really affect Anheuser-Busch or Modelo, or pick whatever, just big brewery company or whatever. It doesn't really affect them like you think it would. And I think that's literally what you're looking at if you were to look at a pie chart. When you look at all of the micro brands together, it's probably a fair comparison, because you got companies out there, like Swatch Group or whatever. Forget about the individual brands. Look at the conglomerate, the larger owner, the majority, the mothership, if you will. They're selling billions of dollars in watches potentially. So where you got micro brands on a very successful level are probably doing millions maybe. So it's not really doing what you think. So let's see here. Long Island John is here. The strap looks good on that Big Eye. Yeah, that was just kind of on a whim I did that, Nate, because I like the leather strap that the Big Eye comes on, but I feel like it doesn't really suit the watch. I just tossed this one on because I had it, and I was going to do something a little more nicer, higher end or something like that. But I like that, and that's all that matters. I think that just works. Let's see. All right, James is saying, if anything, I think micro brands have demonstrated how listening to the community builds loyalty, and big brands have stepped up their customer engagement. Some don't really need to, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I think there's definitely some. I think those smaller big brands definitely have refocused on that, and that's because maybe I would, if we could sit in their boardrooms and we could see their projected growth versus their actual growth and stuff like that, I'm sure you can see some of those ones where they're really tracking that hardcore. They can see it probably not hit the target that they were hoping to, so they're adjusting for the market, and that's what you're really looking at there. So, it's unfortunately, if it took that to happen for you to do that, then I feel like it's slightly not as organic or authentic. Um, so I don't know. Doesn't really change the way I feel about the brand or the potential for me purchasing it. Sure, the muggles might respond to it, but for the most part, it doesn't change the way I feel about it. Hey, Trappist here, or Travis. Thanks for joining. Let's see. Mark says, I think microbrands have somehow convinced the Germans, aka Zinn, to finally update their watch class on bracelet. That was definitely just people like relentlessly emailing them, because I looked at some Zinn email responses from years ago about people requesting that slash demanding that. And Zinn was basically like, no. But I imagine over years and thousands of emails, if maybe just hundreds, but maybe thousands, they were like, somebody there was, were like, you know what, maybe we should do something with the clasp. So, I mean, you have to evolve something on the watch, whether it's the watch or the movement or the bracelet or the clasp or something. You can't just keep pumping out the exact same watch in just different colorways. You have to slowly evolve. I literally haven't given it any more thought. I think the consensus really was with the people that did give me value, valid input, was basically like, no, we like the postcards or whatever. So I haven't done anything, and if I ever get a break, which I will over Christmas and New Year, but I don't know that I'm going to really like fully tear this apart. It's just I don't. I need to at least take them down and clean them and retape them, or at least some of them are half falling. I at least need to address that. But there's room if I'm going to continue to commit to the postcards. Like there's room for more postcards, but not very much room. Todd says even then, Mark, Zinn is slowly coming along with clasp for a lot of their models. Yeah. Yeah. Insert that joke. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much it, Dane. Pretty much. Oh man, I don't know what other movers and shakers are on there. Let's see. Paul's got some input. 2025. Keep your eye on Oris, Hamilton, and Citizen. They will be crushing it next year. They better. I mean, I think you're spot on, Paul. I think we're going to see some bangers definitely from those three brands. They are completely capable of uh, just putting out some phenomenal products. So and watches that we want. There's a Hamilton Richard at Saltzman just sent me, the one in the middle, the black. That's a titanium on bracelet and the matte black finish on that. I don't know how they accomplished it, and I'm sure it would mark up quite a bit, but it just looks great. It's one of the best looking Hamiltons I've seen, and I'm tempted by that. But I'm trying to be a little more focused on my spending, even though I'm a hypocrite and I literally just bought a watch yesterday and I shouldn't have. And I was gonna like confine myself to one watch per quarter in 2025. And then my monkey brain was just like, yeah, but it's 2024. Like, buy. So yeah, I gotta cool it. Let's see. Yeah, hopefully soon. Hopefully, like in the next few days. Like I would like to do this 90,000 subscriber giveaway over Christmas and get it out to whoever wins it. Greg says, thoughts on the new Brew? I think it's a great looking watch. I was tempted by that watch myself, but I know enough people that bought it anyway. So at some point I will see it. And if Jonathan at Brew ever wants to send me a watch, that would be awesome if he did for me to video. Let's see. What is your best guess for trends in 2025? I think it'll be all about dials and textures and unique dial materials. I have not given it a ton of thought. I don't know if I could predict 2025. I don't think you're going to see anything that's going to be like a standout, necessarily a standout feature or whatever. Um, I'm personally hoping to see more titanium options. I just like titanium watches, but that's very selfish. There's already some really good titanium watches that are out. Megazoids here. Thanks for joining. Let's see. Mark says, I like the new brew, but I think it's too small for my wrist. That tends to be the case, but on bracelet, it just works a little bit better. I think, Mark, your wrist is a little bit larger than mine, though. Travis thinks 2025 will be the year of Omega. Well, they do have some anniversaries they have to capitalize on. So, and I'm sure they will, and they've already been pushing even the end of this year. So, yes to all of that. There will definitely be more. And Dwight says, can't wait for the Mimo meetup. Yes, that's coming up rapid in what, roughly a month away. I need to reach out to Mimo and verify. I think he's been somewhat stocking up. I was just over at his website. I'm assuming he has a decent amount of inventory. He's already got some sales listed on his website currently, but I tend to gravitate towards the Seikos anyway. And there's accessories. So he's got a decent amount of inventory already listed. And if we go over to Barn Finds, in case you didn't know, you go to Mimo's Jewelry in Long Beach, California, which I'll be out there in about a month. And you can go to Barn Finds, and he has usually some pretty decent deals up here. So that's pretty solid on the Oris, on that Oris, even that Bremont, that's pretty solid. The limited edition Red Bar, Frederic Constant, that's actually pretty sweet. 325 on a double diver. These digital PRXs are actually kind of cool. I dig them. I don't know that I'd want to own one necessarily, but and then some of these, yeah, these are still available. Okay, now they're sold out. So those ones are sold out down below. Ooh, that's a pretty cool looking watch. I missed out on that one. So yeah, good offerings there for sure from Mimos. And like I said, I'll be out there in about a month. Let's see. James says he already reserved his watch. Yeah, and I'm sure like the regulars that know how it works, like if there's something that you already want, you just kind of just let them know. Let's see. John says he's tempted by that Bremont. You know what? I may have handled a Gavox, but I don't think I have a video review of a Gavox. And I could reach out to him, but I don't know that I don't know. I only have so much capacity too. Like I try my best to like show as many watches as I can, but I'm buried already. Like you see the amount of, I mean, I post a video every single day and I've been doing that for years and I still can't keep up. So, and then this week, you know, I'm going to bust out those 3 from Saltzman's. I still need to do the video on this Casio. I need to do the video on, I got to look to see, I got to do the video on the Steinhardt. I need to do the rebuy video on the Longines, unless I already did. I need to do the state of the collection video. That needs to happen. And then a giveaway video. What else? I have so much work to do. Let's see. Trap says the high-end ADs in my area have claimed that 2024 was the best sales year. That's basically what I've heard too from the ones I work with: Saltzman's, Exquisite, Trifecta, Strap Habit, Mimo. I work with a bunch of them, and yeah, they're all claiming the same thing. So, oh yeah, Tennessee Mike says most worn video. So I did, and I can share it no, I'm not going to. I was going to say I could share it a little bit here, but I posted a thread up, and I'll show you. Hold on a second. Let me figure this out. Share screen window. Is it this one? Yes, this one. So if we go here, this is the Discord group. For those that aren't in it, this is what it looks like, so you can get a look at it. There's the main chat. Just all different kinds of conversations happen in the main chat. But what I did is I created a thread down here called Most Worn 2024, and really good participation in it this year. So I'm excited to make the video on it. I just have to do it so that it looks good, because the last one I recorded off this platform, it didn't compress right or something. It was terrible video quality. So, but there's there's a really big diversity in what you see on people's wrist, for sure. Like, now, keep in mind, this is not like a collection video. This is just what the people in the Discord are their most worn watch for 2024. So, and there's a variety of reasons why that happens, right? So, and I feel like everyone was like completely honest too. Like, they didn't like try to do like a flex or anything. They just said, yeah, this is the watch that I pretty much grab and wear all the time. So it's really cool to see it. There's a Zen right there, Destro left-hand drive. That's pretty cool. And some of those the tech on them are just bonkers too. I do enjoy that. Ralph has some sweet watches, and he wore a Daytona, so not surprised there. He actually tracked it, so that's pretty cool. Even that, like Gecko Dragon wore, this is a Maratak, I think it's called, from CountyCom. It's they're really cool watches. That's what he wore. What the heck is making noise over here? I swear it's that new watch. I got this new watch in, and it's crazy. And I think I keep hearing something over there. I think it's that mechanically moving. I didn't know it was going to do that. Let's see. We're just kind of scrolling through, looking at some of these. I really need to figure out a way to make sure I video this correctly. And then you got these too, like where Stuart, he said he's only gotten this since August, so he didn't have it the entirety of the year anyway. But since August, he's pretty much wore his Explorer. So, and that makes sense. That happens to a lot of us. And then there's like the tie or the toss up or whatever. Like there's two watches. Like this guy here, Bridge Watches, and Bridge Watches makes a bunch of watches too. So he has a lot of different watches that he could choose from. And he wore a Zen 556 RS, like special edition one, limited edition one, and then a Doxa Sub 300. So pretty classic. Manta, you know what I'm saying? Will Carey, I mean, I know he wears that Hamilton all the time. That actually was funneled through my channel, and it comes in this really cool leather display and everything. Is pretty sweet. Calico Basin being a little funny there. This is that Neptune I bought back in the day. Yeah, so pretty awesome thread for sure. It just keeps going and going and going and going. So I will get a video done of that as soon as I can. I did participate in, or I submitted a video anyway for Teddy Baldessar. He does the most worn watch or something like that. I think that's what it was, of a bunch of different YouTubers and stuff like that. And I submitted the video, but I submitted one like 2 years ago, and I didn't make the cut, or I don't know, for whatever reason they didn't use my video. So I don't know if they'll use it this year or not. I really don't care. I wasn't even going to submit it, but I said, screw it. I might as well submit it. He's got a massive channel, and maybe it'll help me get to 90,000 subscribers. I don't know. Oh, man. If I did 3 vids a day over the next 2 weeks, I would probably run out. I could probably do like 2 vids a day for a week or so. Like I always have like a backlog of videos. So for example, like right now, if I look up, let me look up what I have not listed. And before this live stream, I recorded a few videos, so I gotta upload those too. Dane says he wants to get to 3,000 subs. 3,000 subs in 2025. What are you at right now, Dane? I'll look you up in a second. So I have 1, 2, 3, 6. 12. I'm pretty low on my stacked videos right now. I have 12. I only have 12 videos stacked. And that might seem like a lot to some, but I typically have like 20 to 30 stacked up. Let me do, you're at 29,000 or 2,909. That's solid. You should be able to pull that off. I don't see that being a problem. I should go look at, let me do this. Share screen. Let's go here. Let's go here. Oh, you know what? I'm going to hide it first because I don't want to bring up something. I got to figure out how to do this. Hey, Bruzel's doing a live stream right now. All right, subscription. I'm not sure how I'd be able to do it. I was going to bring up some other channels that I subscribe to, but I don't know that. It might be more trouble than it's worth. Hey, Paul, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hey, there you go, Dane. You just got another subscriber. Mike just subbed you. There you go. That's all it takes, one subscriber at a time. And we'll see. It seems like things are going pretty well. For the most part, most YouTube channels do pretty well this time of year. And then they peter off after that. See, Jason's here from Aruba. Let me see here. Greg is asking, what about the new Ickle Me Pickle Me 2? I don't know what that is. I know there's a bunch of really good Japanese and Chinese made watches that are coming out right now that are pretty awesome. So I'm not familiar with that one. We'll have to brush up on it. What is the name of the channel? Let's see. And I didn't share. I think I told you guys. I'll cover it on when I do the giveaway video. I'll show you all the goodies. I'm not going to do it right now. They're too bulky and everything, but it's a legit, really good giveaway. So there you go. Design said he reviewed that, so should be able to check out his video. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see here. Okay. So let's go here. And then here's Design's watch, which Jason's at 26,200 subs. And he does really good videos. That's a great looking watch. Well, look at that. I'll even give him a like. Look at Rob's live watching Jason live. Oh, no, Jason's not live, just me.
The promise that Oscar, founder of Ikigai, was going to send me a version of the Kame when they hit into their production.
Free plug.
Now, long
I don't. Yeah, dude, you make great vids.
that production did not happen because Kickstarter failed,
Oh, his
and
Kickstarter failed.
it's not gonna happen.
You know how crushing that must be
Really disappointed.
for someone to like throw themselves out there like that and do all that work and to
Recently,
have that friggin' Kickstarter fail for just
is
the wrong timing or something could have thrown it off.
And when it arrived a couple of days ago, and you actually saw the unboxing video, I was pleasantly surprised. And I think this is a much better version than that of the original. Now, some of you already commented that it looks the safer choice. Actually, this safer choice is the better choice. Let me prove that to you.
Okay, prove it to
Even
us.
though I still love that original.
See, if I, you know what, if I do this, I wouldn't even have to make the video. If I were to just snipe Jason's video and then me just do like a reaction of it, I don't even have to have the watcher make the video. I can just see, look at it. He gets better video than I do anyway.
But the more I experience it and how I
Wait, have I done one of these?
journey that it
No,
took,
I haven't done one of these.
the more I understood how I felt.
The purple looks great.
It's totally understandable that someone.
Wait a minute, I've done one of these. Have I not?
This new version of the comic, but I'm banking that many of you will echo the same sentiments as mine. At first glance, it looks like your typical Michael Brand diver, but I think you know what I'm going to say next.
I did. I did the sea turtle one. I had the crazy bezel on it. I haven't done this style one though. I did it like 8 months ago. That was the one that failed, right?
This 40mm case with a 47mm long distance feels
I like that.
incredibly
Yeah, I like the looks of that one for sure.
quarter-inch wrist. It also boasts that 12mm thickness that's perfectly suited for smooth watches. The movement here is a mere
I mean, I could. I don't know if people would watch them, but
movement with a no-date complication. As dive watches go, it's more than capable with a 200-meter water resistance and a screw-down crown that we want.
it's a great looking watch.
Cannot live without. But in reality, you can actually.
I appreciate the video, Jason. Okay. Should we watch any of his other videos? What other videos you got out? Who's this made for? Let's see. Hey, look at that's Dane. When watch collecting goes beyond the watches. Let's see here. Yeah, there's some very interesting watches. Ones that I am definitely in. Yeah, these Venezianicos, like I just sent that purple one out on tour, and I think that'll be received very well. They make some very nice watches. Let's see. Yeah, these guys, I don't know how to say it, Revelo. They make some great watches. I just got in. Actually, no one's asked about it. I just got this thing in. I think this is the one that's making the noise. And it's interesting to me. I think it's a cool, fun looking watch. And they're like 300-ish. So it's just fun. I had to read. Yes, I had to get a manual out in order how to set the time. But I just glanced over it. It's not super complicated. I thought it was going to be much more involved. I just kind of glanced over it. I started hitting the button, and then it started to become a little bit intuitive. And I was able to set the time on it with like glancing at the instructions. So that's not a deal breaker to me. Now, if I can find it. I had to charge up the Nixon Dork 2, and the time isn't right on it, and it's going to take me a minute to figure out.
2:21 p.m.
It's not 2:21 p.m., so it's going to take me a minute to reset the time on this. But I'll get it figured out. I had to charge it. It was dead and everything like that. So let's see. Yeah, keep the videos coming. Keep the videos coming for sure. Oh, excellent 80s voice. Yeah, this thing, if you have never owned one of these,
2:22 p.m.
every single time And then there's weird like Easter eggs hidden within the Nixon Dork 2 as well for different times. He says it differently. So it's a pretty fun watch. I'm very happy to own it. I think they're maybe a little hard to get now. Wow, look at this. I love the channel, but there's no way you're hitting 90,000 without cheating. Well, why would you say that? Why? What does that even mean? I'm at 89,928. You don't think I can get 72 more subscribers and I'm already at 89,928? I don't know what to tell you, bud, but I've been doing this for like so many years that there is channels that have clearly skyrocketed way faster than I have. I have to buy. You're funny. You're funny. Well, I don't, but I appreciate you attempting to call me out. I appreciate it. Yes, I'm a cheater. Huge fraud here. I clearly bought all those subs over the last 7 years or 8 years, however long I've been doing this. Hey Dane, you're the number one troll killer or whatever. Like you. Oh, okay. He threw out a kid. He might have a stay of execution. Hold off, Dane. Don't boot him yet. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might be a case of that I'm my own worst enemy sort of thing. The fact that, hey, if you look at the way I title my videos, I literally just put the make and model of the watch. So there's no sensationalizing or anything like that. And then I don't do like, typically, I have done it, but typically I don't go like top 5 or top 10 or, these are the best, these are the worst or anything like that. I don't do any sensationalizing to gain views or subscribers. So yeah, my titles are just literally just dry. So, and again, I'm probably my own worst enemy because I don't have like when I do the videos of the watch, I just show the watch and try to keep it as condensed as possible. So it's really geared towards people that are looking for that particular watch. I'm actually kind of shocked that I have close to 90,000 subscribers, if I'm completely honest with you, because typically when you search a watch, my search engine is going to be all messed up. But say like you're not obsessed with watches. I know that's hard for anybody in the chat to think this way, right? But if you're not obsessed with watches and you search up, Seiko Turtle or G-Shock Square or something like that, my video is going to come up. They're going to watch that video and then they're going to move on with their life. They don't need to do subscribe and follow. And then I put out, for most people, arguably too many videos. Posting one video or more every single day, if that kept on popping up in your feed, for a lot of people, that's just too much. Because like if they take a few days or a week or 2 weeks off from keeping up with the channel and they come and look, they're going to go like, I'm not watching 14 of these guys' videos. Like that's just too much. So, and it's just kind of weird. Yeah, you guys are giving me some good title content here. Taz says, one of my favorite things about Rob's channel is I don't feel like I'm being sold watches. Yeah, it's rare. I have done it a couple of times, and I think it's been more recently where I'm like legit, definitely check this out sort of thing with an item or a watch. Like definitely with the spring bar tools. Like I said it with the Bob Labs. And I stand by that too, because if you're a watch enthusiast and you're heavily involved in it and you own a really good spring bar tool like a Bergeon 7767, just pick up the Bob Labs. Like they're great tools. You know what I mean? There's certain things I can just straight up say, and I get no kickback from that. I don't work with Robert. I don't have any sort of affiliation or anything like that. So, and honestly, he probably doesn't even want that many orders because he's got to like hand make them. It's like I almost feel like he he kind of puts out this vibe of, is like, I got to make some more spring bar tools. What the hell? So yeah, there's very few things I like kind of push to kind of let the masses know. I'm like, you definitely should pick this up. Yeah, right here. Your boring, non-sensational presentation is classic Upper Midwest and totally hooked me. CMU alumni. Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty dry. Like when people, I'm like, well, I run a YouTube channel or whatever. Like they get all excited. Oh, really? That's cool. What is the channel? I'm like, I really don't even want to tell you, because you got to kind of be like obsessed with watches to like want to watch this channel. It's not exciting. There's nothing sensational about it at all. So James says, my Instagram has a crazy unfollow rate, but I know those who stay are people who get it and are people I want around. Do I follow you on Instagram? I'm gonna have to go check that out. I'm not I'm not exactly sure what that is gonna look like, but yeah, the basic vibe, and that's pretty much what has resonated with me, is what definitely when I meet people in person, like talking and getting real and stuff like that, it's just it just solidifies it. It's just like we're hanging out. It'd be no different than like literally if we all just like on an individual level or like as a group or whatever, and it happens. It actually happens, because like I go to these meetups and we do all these things and we just hang out and we talk more than watches. We talk about the watches for sure. Like I was just chatting with Todd earlier today. He picked up another cool watch, and he's got that Christopher Ward Snow Leopard that I want to do a video. And I want to do a video of this new watch he just picked up. So when we're out at Mimo's, I'm like, it's very much a challenge for me to find the time to break away from hanging out with people and just communicating and just being ourselves, to like break away and like do work. You know what I mean? Like, all right, let me try to video this real quick. But if there's a more creative way we can do that, I think I'll explore that, and we'll see if we can make that happen. Oh man, I love having Calico at the meetups. But there's certain personalities. Everybody, listen, I don't want to diminish anybody's personality at any of the meetups, because I love having everybody there. But you guys know there's some powerful personalities when they're at the shows, or unique, even not necessarily powerful. They're just maybe unique, and they add a certain layer of depth to the get-togethers. And it sometimes just one moment, one incident that happens with that person at the meetup that just pulls it all together. Yeah, you're welcome to any meetup, man. And they're not as crazy as they used to be. They used to be a little crazy. Some people we'd stay up all night and just crush bottles and just get nuts or whatever. But yeah, getting too old and need to maybe tone it down a bit. So definitely been doing that. But also, don't challenge me. Yeah. Let's see. Pacific Turtle. Did Rob rebuy the Longines? I did. No. It's mine. I bought it. That's a rebuy. And I think I was just talking to Tennessee Mike today about that, actually. When I do my State of the Collection video, there's quite a few rebuys, and what I've done typically with the rebuys is they pretty much stay. So Mitch, that's awesome. I'll have to look back at that, but that's cool. Yeah, so the Titanium Big Eye is a rebuy. Super, super happy to have that. And then here's Todd. Nothing better than meetups than a late night pizza delivery hangout time. I think the one thing, and this is weird because I'm sure other people have mentioned this, or it's factual just because it's true, but I was talking to Michael Pearson, who now works at Christopher Ward, and it was at one of the wind up shows, I believe, and we talked about just briefly, but I remember him saying something to the effect of, because I was trying to hang out with him or I missed him or something, and I think he turns in at like 10 p.m. and he said something to the effect of nothing good or productive can occur after 10 p.m. And I know that's not entirely true, but for the most part, if I'm at an event or a meetup or something like that, it's usually mostly true. Every time I've stayed up later than 10 p.m. and tried to, like, even if you're not partying or anything like that, even if you're just staying up, it kind of sets the tone or diminishes my ability, at least the following day, to be at all productive, talking to people or just existing on the planet. So I really resonated with me when Michael told me that. It kind of sunk in a little bit. And it was probably the timing of it too. Like I had already had some events where that did hit me. So yeah, I think for the most part, I'm going to try to turn in at like 10 p.m. Let's see. Cargo says, "Hey Rob, Tag, Aqua Racer, Quartz, or Longines HydroQuest. What would you buy?" Assuming those are about the same price points. This is probably going to freak people out that I'm going to say this, but I'm going to say the Tag Quartz. And the only reason I say that is, that's I'm assuming a lot of things. I'm assuming maybe you don't have a whole lot of watches or just. And I design. You're not wrong. Most people are going to say the Longines Hydro Conquest, and that's maybe part of the reason why I'm thinking Tag Aqua Racer, because most people are going to tell you Longines, but I'm going to tell you Tag Quartz. Some of the new Tag Quartz watches that I've been seeing they're phenomenal. I think they present well, they fit well, and it's a tag. Like, if you were to go ask Muggles and name drop some brands, Rolex, Omega, Seiko, Tag Heuer, they're going to probably know or be somewhat familiar with those. And this shouldn't be a determining factor for you to pick one of those up. But I'm just saying it's recognized a little bit more. It's just, and again, I'm assuming a lot. I'm assuming that you don't have like a ton of watches, or maybe you've already owned a couple of these. But if you haven't owned either of those, I would get the Tag. Skylar says, just sized up my Erebus. I'm loving the proportions. Yeah, they're making some pretty good watches. I've had one on the channel. Cargo says, Tag got that bad boy vibe. Oh, also, literally Watches of Espionage. If you haven't subbed their channel, go check it out. Watches of Espionage. They just did a video and they pointed out that McClane from Die Hard, which they did confirm also is a Christmas movie, so that solidifies that argument. He was wearing a Tag Heuer in that. So like they kind of looped that around and they basically said, yes, shady guys, shady people wear Breitling, but also that bad boy vibe with the Tag. I agree with you on that. And so does Watches of Espionage. And I'm wearing one of their FKM rubber straps. So I kind of know what I'm talking about here. Let's see. Mike says, thinking Hydro Conquest to celebrate a new career move coming up. Yeah, tying a watch to an event or an achievement is definitely something that I endorse. I think that's really cool. Nolan says, I'm with you, Rob. The Tag colorways are pretty good. New Time and Tide collab as well. Yes, that's cool. And Dane, shady. No, I wouldn't classify you as shady like Watches of Espionage is kind of saying, because you collect Breitling. I think the people they're talking about, they have like one Breitling and they actually wear it in their operators or their, intel officers or something like that. Mitch says, think the liquor is kicking in, Rob. Well, I did a pretty heavy pour. Now, this is only 90 weight oil, so this isn't super, super strong, but yeah, it can get me going a little bit. Billy said he's wearing his Hydro Conquest right now. Do you know how many Breitlings you have? Yeah, you have like 13 of them probably. So it's typically FKM doesn't really like break in, but I will say that this is kind of breaking in. It's working out well. I had some concerns because I do suffer sometimes from so Dane has 21 Breitling. So that's beyond shady. You're a collector now. So I do sometimes when I try to take a strap off, I can get wrist claustrophobic, right? In order to take this one off, the way this is situated, I have to slide this keeper over. Then I have to like pry this up like this. And then just the way the buckle and tang works on this, and then it does that thing where it flops down on you and then grabs another hole. It's fine. I'm not mad about it or anything like that. It's just the strap habit ones I can just pop on and off a lot easier. So, but I will say it's a perfect strap for this watch. Super happy with the purchase. They were fast shipping. Their packaging was incredible. And they even, I know I'm like, I post videos and everything like that, but Watches of Espionage sent me a DM on Instagram saying, "Hey, thanks for the video and everything." So they're paying attention, and they actually, yeah, they're paying attention. They're a good place to buy stuff from. I'll just say that. No way. No way you didn't buy a watch this year. How is that even possible? I don't think I could do it. Sometimes I go like a few days and I'm like, yeah, I just let me go order a world timer or something. Let's see, Evan says my next watch will be a tank style watch, totally opposite to my desk divers. I need a dress watch. I could see that. I can see that. I don't have a dress watch, and honestly, if I were going to do a dress watch, I think I would want something timeless, classic, and unique. And that's where like a tank style or whatever you want to call it, but like that style, yeah, I think that definitely works. There you go. There you go. Then now we're talking. Tennessee Mike says I haven't bought a watch today, which I did I buy anything today? I gotta think about it. I did not buy a watch today. I did buy one yesterday, and I bought parts for that watch too. And you guys are gonna laugh when you see when I get it, but it is what it is. Last watch you bought with what's it? I mean, I guess you're just living off from getting channel watches or something, and that's enough. I tried that for a little bit. I think it lasted me like 2 weeks, and I couldn't do it. Yeah. Yeah. Literally, like, with all the people that I know, I would have to guess that there's a few watches purchased every day just within the group. With it, say, like the Discord group has like 141 people in it or something. There's within that group, just the people I talk to on a regular basis, there's probably more than one watch purchased every day in that group. Mm. Yeah, and I forget about flippers. So easily there's a watch purchased, probably 1 to 5 watches purchased every day within our group. Yes, we are like day traders with watches. Buy high, sell low or something like that. I can't remember how it goes. Tennessee Mike says 4 watches inbound. I think I have I don't even know. I definitely 2. I definitely have 2 because I bought that fried egg watch, the um, Studio Underdog. I bought that. I don't know when that's supposed to ship. I also bought that it's a kit. There's no watch in it, but it's another case with a spring bar tool and some straps from Bark and Jack. I purchased that too, so I don't know when that's going to ship. And then I purchased another watch on eBay yesterday. Oh, and then I did buy. Well, I didn't pay for it yet, but I have another watch coming in from Exquisite as well. Yeah, I have a Unimatic. Actually, Nate Dogg picked up a Unimatic, but I have a Unimatic on the way as well. I don't know if he got it shipped out today or not. I'll have to reach out to Tyler. If he didn't get it out today, I'll see if he can get it out tomorrow. Yeah, Dane, you're not the only one though. Like, I know some people suffer from this, like where you might think like, holy crap, this is getting insane. But you guys have noticed when I'm going a little over, but these last sales. So I did the one with like 30 or whatever. That's funny. I had to read that. Tristano gave Studio Underdog grief for the pizza watch. A lot of people were hating on that thing, but they're crushing it. They're pretty cool. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, yeah, those sales I've been doing, you've seen the unboxing. I have like another sale. I can't do one this Sunday though, so I don't know when I'm going to do it. It might be, we'll see. I got to figure it out. I can't promise anything. I really don't know when I'm going to post up the next sale. But after that, I have, and if you're watching this, if for some reason you watched it all the way to the end and you're not in the live stream, there's 100 more watches coming in the next batch from the same person. So, and then there's hundreds more coming after that as well. So all basically brand new watches. They're pre-owned, unworn. So they're in perfect shape. And they are going to be sold way, way lower than they should be. So, well, hit me up, Mitch. We got to figure it out. I'm bombarded right now, but like, we'll just keep it rolling. Nate Dogg says somebody's got a problem. My wife said, well, his wife said the same thing. So here we are. No, that is not the case. That is not the case. Maybe a little bit is dying inside him every time I sell one of his watches, but he's fine. He's fine. I talk to him on a regular basis, and this is just a transitional phase. He's going to do some other things. He's refocusing, doing some really cool family things, and there'll be some more watch purchase from this guy too. Like I'm working with him on that too. So it's just a refocus. All right, let me kill some lights. We'll do a little bit of loom action here, and then I gotta get out of here. I got other stuff to do too. We got decent loom out there. Even this thing looms, even that crazy one, and it does it has that crazy light on it too. That's a pretty cool watch. I'm kind of excited to see that one, something different. So I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, so you don't have any checks and balances. Hit me up, Mitch. I can help you out with that. James, see, a lot of you guys have that. I swear. I don't like track that, but I swear a lot of people that are at this level they have that flexibility with no checks and balances. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next vid.